Title: Macbeth. Author: William Shakespeare. Introduction. Macbeth is a tragedy written by William Shakespeare around the year 1606. It is one of Shakespeare's most well-known plays and explores themes of ambition, power, guilt, and the consequences of unchecked ambition. Set in Scotland, the play follows the story of Macbeth, a brave Scottish general, and his descent into madness and tyranny. Summary. The play begins with Macbeth receiving prophecies from three witches who tell him that he will become the Thane of Cawdor and eventually the King of Scotland. Encouraged by his ambitious wife, Lady Macbeth, Macbeth becomes consumed by the idea of gaining power and sets in motion a series of tragic events. Driven by his ambition, Macbeth murders King Duncan and ascends to the throne. However, his guilt and paranoia begin to haunt him, and he becomes increasingly tyrannical to maintain his hold on power. Macbeth's actions lead to a chain of further murders, including that of his close friend Banquo, whose ghost appears to haunt him. As the play progresses, Macbeth's mental state deteriorates, and he becomes more isolated and ruthless. Lady Macbeth, who initially pushed him towards his dark deeds, also descends into guilt and madness, ultimately leading to her tragic demise. Macbeth's reign is threatened when the exiled son of Duncan, Malcolm, and Macduff join forces to overthrow him. Macbeth receives another prophecy from the witches, which fills him with a false sense of security. However, his castle is stormed, and Macbeth is killed by Macduff in a final battle. Themes: ambition and its consequences. Macbeth explores the destructive nature of unchecked ambition. Macbeth's desire for power leads him to commit heinous acts and ultimately brings about his downfall. The play raises questions about the moral implications of pursuing ambition at any cost. Guilt and conscience. Macbeth and Lady Macbeth are plagued by guilt and a troubled conscience following their murderous deeds. Shakespeare delves into the psychological torment caused by guilt, demonstrating how it can eat away at a person's sanity. Fate versus free will. The play raises the question of whether Macbeth's tragic fate was predetermined or a result of his own choices. The prophecies from the witches suggest a predetermined path, but Macbeth's decisions and actions contribute to his tragic end. Appearance versus reality. Macbeth highlights the contrast between outward appearances and inner reality. Characters often deceive and manipulate others, creating an atmosphere of uncertainty and mistrust. The play examines the consequences of trusting appearances and the dangers of deception. Conclusion. Macbeth is a compelling tragedy that delves into the depths of human ambition and the moral consequences that arise from it. Through the tragic downfall of Macbeth and the exploration of themes such as ambition, guilt, and appearance versus reality, Shakespeare provides a thought-provoking examination of the human condition. The play continues to captivate audiences with its complex characters, poetic language, and timeless exploration of universal themes.